If it gets too loud, you can always turn down the hearing aids. Trust me. How's everyone doing tonight? Yay! From the heart. I talk from the heart. I don't know if you heard of the iconic housewife of Richardson, which means I just have a pretty ring. That's all it means. Yeah, it's 2026. You cannot just stay home and your husband goes to work. We tried that for a few months, and I realized there's not enough vodka in the world for me to wash dishes all day long. So I've been married for 8 years. That's wonderful. I know that's like nothing to some of you, but you guys can clap for that. Yes, 8 years. It took me a while. I tried to get married in college. I was like, I'm gonna get married, have my 3 by 30, you know, do the whole thing. And then I realized I was like, well, I can't have children. Yeah, it was really kind of devastating at first, but then I realized it's so quiet at home. Oh my goodness, and I love it, but I love children, I do. I love children. The only thing is, I want to be a grandparent, I don't want to be a parent, okay? I don't want to give anybody trauma, I don't want to have them talk about me at therapy. I don't want people to know that I raised this child. But what I want to do is keep cookies in the purse, so that when the little ones come over, give them a cookie, you know, bake them something fun and sweet, send them back to their parents with a lot of loud making noise toys. Am I right? Is that what we do? Woo. I know. I've been telling my husband, because he's older than me, and I told him, I was like, I married you so I can get my AARP discount sooner than ever, okay? I kid you, my grandma had AARP growing up. All the magazines, with Kevin Costner on it, you know, everyone. Oh, the little games inside, wonderful. And then I found out you got 15% off at Denny's. Honey, let me get a Grand Slam for 15% off. I think that's only $4.78. Is that right? Is that what the price is nowadays? But like I said, I've been married for 8 years, and I'm slowly learning like how to keep our marriage like wonderful, how to keep it, you know, alive, how to make things work, how to make it last. And I found out there's 2 secrets. One, guilt, okay? The women are like, we're not gonna laugh at that, because let me tell you this. He was an hour late to my wedding. And I say my wedding because he was an hour late. Going to get jewelry at the mall on a Saturday afternoon. And this was before COVID, right? Before COVID. So people were going to the mall. This happens to be the big mall in Arlington, the Parks Mall. No, if anyone's from Arlington, you know the Parks Mall. It takes you 15 minutes to circle the parking lot to get in there. 30 minutes to find the store you're going to. And then it takes you another 20 minutes to get out of the parking lot, and then 15 minutes to get to Cooper. I promise you, it already takes an hour and a half just to get one thing at the Parks Mall. He was like, well, I was just running in and out. I was running in and out. I was like, at the Parks Mall, 2:30 on a Saturday. I'm crying in tears. I mean, this is our wedding, like right after our wedding. And then I sat there as we're driving to go to our honeymoon, so we went to a camp out. And I was like, God, you're amazing. And it clicked on me. That is my bullet every argument we have. I have not lost an argument in the 8 years we've been married. No. I told him the other day the sky was polka dots. He looked at me and was like, stop drinking gin. I said, it's not the gin, but you were an hour late to our wedding. And I walked on, and he just sits there. He can't say anything back. He can't take it back. He can give it to me again. So we decided we're gonna have a vow renewal. You know, renew the subscription. I figure we're gonna do that in about 10 years. Just another excuse for me to get better jewelry. You know, I'm not gonna lie, trust me. I wanted to, you know, get married in June, be the proper June bride, like all that. He was like, well, my birthday's in June, and you can't have anniversary cake and birthday cake in the same month. First of all, I was like, I didn't know to do an anniversary cake, so I don't know where this is coming from. Secondly, I was like, well, let's see. We started dating in November. 6 months later is May. So every 6 months, I get a nice tennis bracelet and some gorgeous diamond earrings. It's amazing. I know how to strategically play that. So again, remember, the first one is guilt. Now the second way to keep a relationship going, separation. I promise you. It's all great. You know, love each other, hug each other, walk you know, holding hands, go down the lane. But I'm telling you, when we first started sleeping, and you know, together in the bed, like we got married, we shared an apartment, we lived together. I was like, this is horrible, can't sleep. We got separate blankets. And I was like, okay, I'm not cold at night, you know? He's whatever, I don't care, because you're asleep. I'm not cold. That's separate blankets. So we decided, let's get a 2-bedroom apartment. That way, I could have an office. Well, when you have an office and, you know, you have a nice lovely couch that folds out to the bed, well, you sleep in it sometimes where you do a little work, you know? And I was like, oh, best sleep, better than the separate blankets. I was like, there's no one tossing and turning, there's no snoring, this is great. I can spend the night and I don't have to smell his socks in my hamper. Wonderful, wonderful. All I'm waiting for now is for us to get separate apartments. Then I know we'll love each other enough to, you know, renew our vows. That's what we're waiting on right now. So I tell him that all the time, you know, if I just leave you alone, you love me a lot more. And he looked at me in the face, and without missing a beat or blink of an eye, he just said, yep, and went right back to the TV. And I was like, you know what? Silence is the glue that holds us together. One day, I kid you not, one day I went to Memorial Day or Labor Day, one of those days, you know, we're off on Monday. We both wake up, how you doing, how you doing? You know, come from my office bedroom, him from the ensuite master bedroom that has all of the big closets where he has only 5 pieces of clothes. So we get in the living room, we had like a little nosh or whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna go do some work. We spent 16 hours in the same apartment and did not talk to each other. I know. When he came out, he was like, who are you? And I was like, I don't know, but why are you at home? So that was one of the things happening. I'm gonna close out on here. I do let everyone know that yes, I was a housewife. It was really great. I really enjoyed it. But what I do love is being a comedian. Because being a comedian, I get to see everyone smile, I get to see everyone laugh, I get to do this with everyone I love, and we're gonna go ahead and bring Holly back on stage. Thank you guys so much.